And we are live, y'all. Hey, welcome to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James. I'm here today to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not happening in this video. Y'all excuse the lightning and the thunder. It is stormy here in Florida, unfortunately. This is what it's going to do all summer. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it is storming.
Yeesh.
So, yeah. But further ado, I have my lovely co-host with me, my BFF in the whole wide world, Mrs. Best, aka my girl Mina.
Hello.
Say hey, hey, hey. So y'all, we are here to do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, episode 6. It was a crazy episode. If you caught our Bell Collective video in the end, you say that I said that me and Mrs. Best here is finna disagree. It is gonna happen. I already know, so I'm not even gonna mince words. But before we disagree, I have a question for you. You see our lovely background. What's missing?
Nene Leaks.
Yes. So this was a snippet that somebody on Twitter, shout out to whoever you are. I do not know you. I do not follow you, but we
Oh,
appreciate you catching this.
damn, they took her out the picture
I
though.
mean, I didn't notice it until I saw the trend, and I was like, "Bravo! Y'all couldn't just
They're
at
still in
least."
legal. They're still in a legal situation though.
No, they settled it. She just.
No, she did. It's not just settled. She says she could still basically go back and sue. I just watched that last
Well,
night on
that's settled. That's
Facebook.
okay. So what that's called without prejudice, meaning that she can go back and sue them, but she's dropped the
No,
case.
no, on the Kim Part show, they were talking about something's happening with her and Bravo still. I'm
Oh, I
like,
don't know. I just know that what I read, where the document said that they say that the case was settled, but it was
mm,
settled without prejudice, meaning that she can go back and sue them for money if she
yeah, so
if
I
need
don't know
be.
what's going
So
on.
that
All I
means
know
settled.
is something's
That's still not over with.
happening legally, and I think everyone's overreacting. After going to court and being accused of all this stuff, like for them to include her, it'd be weird. And now for legal reasons on Bravo's end, I mean, at the end of the day, all they can do is edit out a picture. People will always remember Lenethia Links. It's just
Absolutely,
we will not ever forget Nene.
absolutely. We'll never forget her. But I just had to bring that up because I was like, huh, she was
Right.
really missing from this video.
In the
But
words of Nene, close your legs to married men.
oh yes. So going into this episode, it was basically the end was the entertainment. All we had was a bunch of cut up scenes in this show that just was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't really care. So the first thing that I do not care about, I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up to who started this episode. Was it? It wasn't Sonya who started the episode. Was it Kenya that started the episode? I'm just gonna go to Kenya. So Kenya and her little friend, the one that's married to the football player, I forgot her name because she's not memorable whatsoever. Excuse the thunder. Sorry, y'all. I told you it's really bad if y'all heard
Is
that.
that what that is?
Yes, it is the
Oh,
thunder.
hell no.
Yes. So
Oh, hell no. I got a phobia of thunder, so hearing that just made me shake. And that's,
yes, it's
nope,
loud.
I'm
It is
not coming to
terrible.
Florida.
So
Nope.
sorry, y'all. But anywho, so Kenya take her little friend to go look at this building. She actually wants to open up some. I don't know if it was a med spa, a beauty spa, or whatever she wanted to open up. So she meets up with her little friend, and she starts talking about Marlo and this whole she cut a bouncer's or not a bouncer, cut a lady's face. She did 6 months. All this, it was just so much going on. It was really tired and boring. How did you feel about watching Kenya in the scene?
I didn't really care.
I didn't either. I was like, okay,
Like the whole episode, my notes are like 5 lines. Eh, They got to figure it out
they
with
do because it
Housewives
was like,
because what they're doing is turning more people off, and it's gonna turn to Real Housewives of New York,
pretty
canceled, and then
much, and then
years
revamp.
later,
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
that's what Atlanta is giving, and people say, bring this person back, bring that person back. I really don't. They need to find a way to make it work with the cast that they have now. But there's certain people on that cast that need to be removed
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely. So that was pretty much Kenya's little scene with her little friend. That's not memorable at all. I feel like she tried to make a friend of, but that girl just ain't get it. The next scene I want to talk about was Sonya and her sister, and I don't know what the hell I was watching. I was confused because I could have sworn that the sister was okay leaving, and now here she is in like so many gestures and facial expressions. It seemed like she begging Sonya to stay.
Sanya's sister is a leech. Like that's what I've been saying it. I think that she just seemed like the type. She met a little dude. You know what I'm saying? He probably had a different life from her. She seemed like her husband. No disrespect to him. I don't expect much from him. And obviously she doesn't either because she is expecting and begging her sister to have and let them and their two kids stay in the house, which leads me to believe I'm like, can y'all afford to live on your own without Sanya caring for you? Or I think they can afford to live on their own, or at least the sister can, because we know he doesn't work. But I think they can afford to live on their own. They would just have to live like me and like you on some regular type of you know what. And I don't think that Shez wants that. Because, I get that. Once you get to a certain standard of living or dealing with certain things, it's very hard to downgrade or go backwards,
But it's not your standard though. That's what I get what you're saying, but that's your sister standards. That's not her
That's
standards.
exactly. Either
That's
way, the
yeah.
girl is wrong. But I think that's why they're trying to do this. Because it went from the husband quitting to now, oh, we want to keep staying with you. He just doesn't want to work for you. Well, if I was Sanya, I'd be like, well, if you want to keep staying with me, you better find a job. Him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where is he at most of the time? Like, because just like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this every video. FedEx, UPS, and USPS is hiring. Get you one of them jobs, drive your little mail truck, get you some benefits, and keep call it a day. I don't understand what's so hard about that. I don't understand what's so hard about. I get everybody wants entrepreneurship, like myself. I would love to be an entrepreneur at this stage of my life. I'm in my 30s. I would love to do that. But the problem that I have, I'm so sorry, Amina. She just shook y'all. I'm so sorry. But the lightning, I thought you heard that because you just shook as soon as oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, it's just like I just don't understand. Like, first of all, if you know you got you a bum ass dude, just say that. Like, quit
Like,
trying to
Bruce,
yeah.
we have a non-traditional modern thing. He stays home. I make the coin. But like he couldn't be her assistant. He couldn't take trips to CVS and make calls. And even with him as her assistant, I see why Sanya was complaining because she had this long list of things and he's not getting through like none of it. How long does it take to go to the corner store, my dude?
Yeah. And so then the mama was talking about, well, maybe it's my fault. And it was like, what did you have to do with the situation? Like, I don't understand. Like their family, like I said, their family dynamic is weird. This whole scene
Uh,
was weird. It was like then Sonya
I
had a little
don't think it's
attitude.
weird. I get the feeling that people were I get the feeling that when Ross was playing football actively and stuff, she had the family come because it helped her. And then probably loneliness or something. I get the feeling this has been going on for a little bit, but then at the same time, the mom and dad were like, we don't want to leave, but we go. So I'm like, I'm confused on
No, what it
everything.
is, this is what it is. Let me explain something to you now. This is alleged. Y'all don't be talking, y'all don't be doing no weird shit on my channel. Bravo, and I'm gonna get Bravo in that call center in just a second here because I saw what y'all did on Watch What Happens Live. I'm gonna save 2 minutes for that. But I feel like they need to move back to Texas and need to be up there with Ross. I feel like Sonya needs to move back to Texas. That's just bottom line because why is it that your husband can just leave the state for his job and then you have to figure out the arrangement for your child and then he wants you to kick out the only arrangements you do have currently while simultaneously him not being there. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't understand. Like I'm trying to understand this dynamic, and the sister is coming from. I feel like the sister is coming from that standpoint. But the problem that I have with this sister is that you need to be correcting your husband too at the same time.
That's the issue. The sister has no accountability. And I think that the reason that Ross is leaving Sanya to do it and all this stuff and still wanting them out, I think that he don't actually want them out. I know my husband kind of said this and says this when watching. So he taking care of her husband. Because see, the mom and the dad, they still work even in their beautiful senior age. Sandra
Mhm.
and Ross work. Hell, Shaz, she works for Saya doing hair for other little
Right.
celebrities and stuff like that. The only person in the equation outside of the children who's not working is Shaz's husband, and he's just sitting there like quiet. I don't trust dude as far as I can throw him. I'm not saying I'm accusing him of cheating or anything like that. Nothing like that. I just feel like he the type of dude that's like comfortable living off his female in general, but a female with a rich Olympic NFL ring holding fam. Oh my lord.
I
Uh,
almost lost power. Hold on, girl. Wait a minute.
oh,
Yeah, let's hurry up, cause
but no, I really do. Her dude is lazy. I think he's trying to live off of his female and her family and their accolades, and I think that Ross knows that. I think he's confessed that and spoken to Sanya. Because if you notice, Sanya's mom agrees with her opinions, the dad agrees. The only people disagreeing is Shez. I
but
think
here's
that's
my thing though. See, the problem is I have to go back to the beginning of the situation. Her husband was Ross's friend originally,
mhm.
so you and that's the thing. I can't say that he wants them out like that. I feel like Ross doesn't want to deal with it when he comes to Atlanta. So if they can find a medium to where maybe they can find them a house and Sonya drop the baby off to their house, then they can have their time. See,
I
that's what I really
guarantee
think.
you, if they were like, "We want you to move out, this is our budget, we'll pay your rent, go find a place." I
Yeah,
guarantee if they said that, there'd be no argument. They're
absolutely.
leeches. And so unfortunately, family, everybody think just because your family use you, they'll F you over. Not all family will F you over, but family will be scandalous faster than the other people. But family are the ones who will be expecting of the shit that you work for, not them.
Yeah, yeah.
So and that's the case. And then she's using the fact that she watches the kid as leverage, which I don't like. If that's your niece, your nephew, god baby, whatever, like I don't charge my people where I watch their
No, I
kids.
don't charge. Yeah, I don't charge either. But what I'm gonna say about that is that I feel like there's a medium, but I feel like Sonya playing in our face with the storyline. I feel like that's just ain't went nowhere. I feel like,
Because she has nothing else to talk about.
yeah, I feel like that's
And
really
she
what this
can't
is.
do too much with the ladies. I think that she's aware of how she looked on television with the flip flopping, words and cowardice, not saying or admitting to the things he did. So I feel like she's trying to like not be fully in the drama with the ladies and not handle it like she did last season. So, but she's got to do something because this family situation, all you're doing, making us do, Sanya, is dislike your sister and her husband.
Right.
That's all
Exactly.
happening right now, and that's not necessary because everybody
Exactly.
ain't that lazy leech and family member. So we get
Hmm.
it.
My point exactly. So moving on. Drew driving home from the hospital. Drew owns stock in the Cedar Sinai of Atlanta because I promise you, Drew at the hospital every damn episode with either her or the baby or Ralph or somebody. Drew, come
Telling you
on.
she is not cleaning her house properly. She's probably spraying the disinfectant and immediately wiping. If you read the bottle, you got to leave it sitting for 10 to 15 seconds before you wipe it away in order for the germs to be properly killed. Okay. You have to open your windows. I get the feeling Drew's the type of chick that's like she's trying and she's doing stuff. I don't think she's dirty, but she's not doing it right. Like she gives me a little, like she might be a little bit of a dingbat. Like she gives me that just a tad. She seemed like the type of heifer to have HVAC in her house and not think to call every couple months for the maintenance and to have the filter changed, and then wonder why she getting sick. You probably it's probably the air conditioner.
It could be, but the fact that Drew coming back from the emergency room, and I'm just like, oh my God, Drew, come on now. I
Constant.
need you to come from the grocery store or something. Like, that nice. I mean, come from Walmart or
Do
something.
we
That
really
nice,
want her
yeah.
cooking
Or
though?
you
As
could
much as she injures herself?
just be driving in that nice white Escalade you just got. Like, you could just be driving down the road, going to somebody's house or something.
I don't
I'm
even
sick of
want Drew driving, dude. Like
when
I
she was driving. She was pulled up. That was her Escalade, the white Escalade she
no,
was
I
driving.
don't even want Drew driving. Okay? I'm sorry, people from Chicago not gonna like this. They can't drive. I got family up there. They can't. They can't. And actually, they made a list of in the top 10 worst cities for American drivers.
Yep.
So look, listen. I don't want, and she's annoying me. Drew just, if she says one more time, we don't say the word shooting in Chicago.
I'm gonna get into that because I felt like, what? I'm like, as many times I'd heard people. Okay, okay, Drew. Okay, Drew. But let's go forward. We had Kenya meet with the architect. Blah 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 blah. We had Sheree and her son. That boy looked crazy. I'm sorry. I was looking at him. I was like, oh my lord. I said, damn, that's stress. That was a
Mm-hmm.
cute little
You
scene.
know, Sheree ain't got money to be giving kids allowances and stuff.
That little baby was so cute.
She
Yes.
was the
She was
cutest
she was
little
the cutest
baby.
little baby. I swear I was like, oh, look at Sheree. Sheree and them wigs. I said, Lord Sheree, here you go. What else happened? That was pretty much it. So leading into this episode, Courtney arranges them for this escape room-esque bomb situation.
Stop pushing her on us, Bravo.
Yes.
Stop it
So since
immediately.
she brought that, because I was just gonna say she read my mind.
Stop. Like as soon as you
Bravo.
said her name, I got mad because it's like I really got to I got to discuss this wench, and I don't want to. I don't want to.
Bravo. That's people up in the call center.
She's like the
I
pimple
need
that keeps coming
I
back.
need I need escalations group at this point. How many more episodes are we going to have Courtney on our screens leading shit and being a part of stuff? Like how many times? I'm so sick of looking
My
at Courtney.
husband was annoyed and was like, when I say that woman got him to get up, take out the trash, and go clean the car and all sorts of other stuff, he's like, her voice, her voice, her voice. Her voice, the
It's
sound of
like,
her voice is like nails scratching the chalkboard. Like it's
you
ridiculous.
know who she sounds like, and I hate this because I love this person all so much. She sounds like Michelle.
Except Michelet really speaks like that. she she's got a diagnosis, everything to explain why Courtney is just doing it to do it, and it's really annoying. It comes off as disingenuous. We do not
It
like you, and
really
she needs a new
does.
makeup artist. That's it.
Anyways, y'all. So Candy opens up the scene and she basically calls Kenya on FaceTime and tells, Kenya, oh my God, Kenya had this party for Brooklyn and she couldn't make it. And basically Kenya caught Candy up on the situation with Drew and Sheree and saying how Marlo was talking about how, I guess the consensus was is that the boy got shot at the restaurant. Because even Sheree said that on Watch What Happens Live that she thought Marlo had said the boy got shot at the restaurant. But that really didn't happen.
No.
So yeah, it really didn't happen like that. So Candy is pissed and it was like, oh, she goes, I don't even know what to do at this point. F Marlo at this point. And I'm just like, well, why did you show up? I would even have went if like that was the case. If I know, like, I would have just took my loss.
Production probably told her, regardless of the stock you have in Bravo, you need to still do this
Y'all
and
could
made
take
her
that episode
go.
out my check. I'm not finna look. She not finna do this to me. She not finna do this to me. Y'all could take that little money on my little check. Y'all go ahead and take that episode out because I'm not finna show. I wouldn't have shown up. I'd have just been a no
See,
show.
that's the thing that also pissed a lot of people off and proves my point about Candy. Like, she gets so mad at stuff just at the wrong times, in
Mhm.
my opinion. It's been years. Now and I think that's why production did that. Like, y'all both look goofy at this point. Marlo looks evil, honestly. But Candy just looks a little goofy, and her crown tilted, but it didn't fall off. That's the best way to put it. I said it a few episodes ago. She has to stop engaging with the bullshit. She just does. You're at a certain statue. You have to assume that people are going to come for you. You have to assume that you can't trust everybody that's around you, even those who you meet in those higher up social circles that you're a part of. You cannot trust nobody the more successful that you are. And I feel like Candy don't move. She got such a good heart. She really does. And she moves like she's still a lesser caliber of a celebrity. But like, I even think she's too big for RHOA now. And so to see her argue with the ex-felonious old lady trying to look like she's still my age, you know, like I just really don't like that Candy does that. But hopefully, I'm just over the Candy and Marlo thing. I get Kenya for saying something, but this is the only thing they had, I think, for the entire season. Like after this episode, if we get more like moments, like reunion discussable moments, I would be surprised.
Yeah, it seems like this is going to continue on and on. But what I'm gonna say about this whole thing before we get into like what exactly has happened, I felt like yeah, Kenya could have waited to say all of that, but I felt like producers told Kenya to tell Candy what happened in that conversation, and I felt like there wasn't really anything. If anything, Drew probably should have been the one that should have been taken aback, not so much Candy, because I felt like they were having the conversation about the whole why didn't you say this word versus that word situation. So I felt like Drew had a reason. This is the only thing I'm giving Drew. Drew had a reason to be upset because what Marlo did to Drew was kind of like a okay, I didn't do anything. All I'm trying to do is explain to you why I said the word incident versus shooting. It's the same thing. Just like Marlo said, it was a synonym. Yeah, a synonym means that you're using the same context words that has pretty much the same definition.
Yeah,
You're
if
using
Drew
it
would have
different.
just said that when talking to Marlo too, I think more people would have like respected her more. She always finds a way to say the wrong thing,
She
but
just misses her moment. I think that that's really what it is. She misses her moment, and the problem is that most people who are astute will understand Drew, but it's hard to defend Drew. That's just really what it is. It's hard to defend Drew because Drew, come on, like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm not gonna go too far ahead, but oh, I'm telling you that whole like for y'all who have not seen the episode yet, it went down. Candy went from 0 to 1,000 real quick, and yes, Marlo was being antagonistic. So, who do you feel like really did start this blow up between Marlo and Candy? Do you think Candy did it by her escalation, or you think Marlo did it by her antagonistic words?
um I don't think it's something you could pick a side on. I really don't. When I
I
watched it, I was like, both of these bitches look dumb. Honestly, that's
They
exactly
both look dumb, but at the
in my
same time,
head.
because I'm not gonna fight, I'm not gonna argue with you in no public setting. All these white folks up in here, yeah, I'm not gonna do all that. But what I'm saying is, I felt like I would have preferred Candy walk away because this lady can be very ignorant, and this lady could be very silly with her actions.
Marlo's
You
not somebody. That's the only thing we can agree with, probably. Marlo, that's why I say you can't really pick a side because the statue that Candy is at, she needs to grow the hell up and learn how to walk away. Because the is I said it episode one. It's like, no, I don't think so. But now y'all seeing like these
no, I
women
still feel how I
know
feel.
they
Yeah.
have a relationship on the television show with Marlo. They've seen how Marlo is messy. Marlo has had beef with everybody in her life, from family to Nene to all the people on the cast. Marlo is just a thirst bucket, in my opinion, who thinks in her head that drama and bullying and antagonizing people is the way to keep her on television and relevant to the show. Like in my mind, that's how she is. But these other women, especially Candy being here since season 2, you know what comes with Marlo. You know what she does. You know that she intentionally tries to push your buttons. She did it in Jamaica. She did it in Africa. She did it at the reunion after that season of Africa. Marlo has consistently come for Candy. That's why they had to show the the history. And after so many years, it's like, okay, yeah, some people might have the attitude of, well, Candy's reactions justified. It's been years. But after so many years, when do you learn
I
to
don't feel
just
like her.
avoid a person?
Yeah, I don't feel like her actions were justified. I feel like she baited you and you took it
She took
instead
the
of,
bait.
yeah, instead of you just saying, "I know what this is. I'm not going to give you no moment." The same way Portia did at the I don't know what season that they was at the Halloween party,
Mhm,
and Portia kept showing Marlo dust, like she was not featuring Marlo. She kept walking away from her. And then at
mhm,
the reunion, she just said, I responded to Marlo, differently. I have grown. And Marlo said, "How have you grown?" She said, "Because I just got up and walked away from the table." Hence,
mhm.
the old Portia would have whooped your ass. But that's just kind of what it is. And I felt like Candy needed to have that same kind of response where I'm not going to give you this because, first of all, if we're really wanting to keep it real, Candy does not owe Marlo's family, the sister that had the boy, the grandmama. No, but she does not owe them anything. When you're an employer and one of your employees die, my condolences is all I'm gonna give. I don't owe you no flowers. I don't owe you no card. I'm not coming to no one's
Well,
funeral.
it's also the fact that Marlo and everybody exposed the fact that her nephew was killed months
After
after
yeah,
he had stopped working at OLG. And when they say months, like at least 6 of them.
yeah.
So it's like, why
And
would
keep in
she,
mind, Candy has
how is she
over
supposed to know
yeah, Candy
that,
has over 100 people working for her.
right?
So past and present. So you mean to tell me I have to go? She didn't even know who Marlo was talking about at first. If we
And
go to the
remember,
text
she
thread,
also has multiple OLG locations.
yes,
So, and Marlo has never specified which one, but at each location, I've worked in restaurants. At each location, she has at least 100 employees at minimum. So,
yes,
how is she going to remember this person who doesn't work for her and know that they? How is she going to know that this person passed? She made it seem like he was close. She's like, you even took a picture with them. You know how many regular nobodies have pictures with Candy Burris that she doesn't remember? But to
exactly.
those people, it's probably like everything. Like Marlo's lies were shown, and when she lies, I notice she starts to stutter or takes a little longer to talk or lets other people talk, which she doesn't usually do. Candy, it's obvious that Marlo is BSing. It's not relevant because Marlo's trying to say somebody who worked at the restaurant is who killed her nephew, but it did not happen at the restaurant.
Well, the person did not work at the restaurant because they just cleared that up. They just cleared up that the person did not work at the restaurant. That he was just someone he met at the restaurant. So this sounds like
Candy
a
can sue. Candy needs to calm down because she could have sued her for defamation,
defamation. Yes.
slander.
Okay, so we're not gonna disagree because I was like I said because I was gonna say that.
No,
I was gonna
that's
say that.
common sense. That's common sense,
I
in
was
my
just gonna
opinion.
say that because I was all like, Candy. I said I was gonna tell you. It was funny because I have it on my notes. I'm gonna say I'm gonna bring it to Amina and Candy. I should sue Marlo, and I don't think Amina's gonna agree to that.
No, she should. Defamation. She's
I would have sued
defaming.
the
She's defaming Candy's name, her husband, and her business. Which, because her business is related and about her actual living aunts, they can also sue because they're being defamed, their
because
actual
what
image.
she yeah she's
It's a
defaming
lot.
it, and then she's using her cousin's shooting as a way to
And that's why I
justify.
say that woman is evil.
Yeah,
Because
that's nasty.
to use anybody's death, anybody, you don't have to know them. To use anybody's death as a way to attack someone and like have fame and money, that's that's the devil walking. So that's
Yeah.
my opinion on Marlo
So
Hampton.
Bravo in the call center, the escalations group. I want y'all to understand something. What Marlo is doing is making y'all look crazy for even casting her as a main cast member by doing
Mhm.
this. I cannot believe any producer that is on this show and any executive and CEO watching this before it airs thought that this was okay to play.
Mhm.
I cannot believe y'all. Like, I cannot believe that y'all would sit there and let this woman defame, demise this other person who has brought y'all over millions of venues of ideas that y'all have used to capitalize on.
There
And
needs to
just
be more standards set with Bravo because this has
absolutely.
been the trend recently with Housewives. Across all of the series, you're seeing certain women stoop to the lows of lying and doing things that are defamation of candor of character, that are slanderous, that are life altering in some ways. Fight fair. If you're gonna be catty, fine, but fight fair. Like it
Just
doesn't
to
make
me,
sense to allow these things to happen and then force these people to sign arbitration agreements so they can't even go and sue the people in the manner
exactly.
that they would want to sue or should be able to. So the
Because to
production,
keep it real with you, I thought Candy should have sued Phaedra.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought Candy, once Candy
yeah.
found out how that got to Portia, or sued them both, actually. I wish she would have sued
But
them
my
both.
thing with Candy and Phaedra's thing is I still call bullshit on Candy for that because the same energy that she had towards Phaedra, she should be having that same energy towards Marlo. I don't care what anybody says. That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying. I'm not saying
Absolutely.
Phaedra didn't deserve it, but I'm saying Marlo is deserving of it tenfold. And I
Marlo, to me,
understand why
Marlo
she
has
wasn't
done the
doing
same exact things. It just didn't have the same consequence that Phaedra had. She was like, "Are
it.
you a lesbian? Are you doing this? Are
And
you
that's
like
why
all of
people
those?"
don't that's my biggest beef with Candy because I feel like she picks and chooses when she wants to fight. It's usually on seasons or times when people are like, what does she give? What's her purpose? Such as this one, the season before, people was talking like, why is she still here? We love her, but why is she on this cast? She makes the show boring. This is a huge public opinion. I feel like she hears that and then suddenly she is suddenly reactive because she's smart and she's about her money and this is consistent money multiple times a
Absolutely.
year.
I wouldn't leave either. If Bravo kept asking me to come back, I wouldn't leave either. The hell with what y'all talking about.
That's a
So
check.
I understand. I understand Candy. I do. What the hell with what
Yeah.
y'all talking about? I'm not leaving nothing.
But she's got to do better with this. She needs to, she has power. She has stock in Bravo, multiple shows with them. She has incredible and long-term relationships with people high up in Bravo. She needs to get her management team together, however they do it, and call a meeting and let them know that these things that are happening are not okay.
So
And
what's
you
gonna
build
happen? No, let me take because I know she's had this conversation. I already know. Allegedly, I'm gonna say alleged, but in my mind, I feel like she's gonna say it's either gonna be Marlo or me. The same way Mimi did Sheree, allegedly, because I
and
can't
Candy
prove
did
that.
Phaedra.
Yeah, and Kennedy did Phaedra.
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like once again, and Sheree sitting up there teaming up with Marlo, you knew that shit was wrong.
Sheree is an idiot. Nothing Sheree says is real. nothing Sheree says, nothing Sheree says, sells, or has is real. Because my husband watched some episodes with me this week. We was trying to, spend time together, all of that. And he's been watching Housewives with me since we met when I was 16. And he said, something changed with that broad. In those words, he said, her titties don't move, Beijing. Her titties don't move. And I looked and I said, I've been defending Sheree's body. And I took a look. I said, they don't move at all. At all. There's no loose skin. And there's a little bit of a path between them. It looks like Noah separated I why do people keep touching their bodies? Who wants stiff titties? Why she do that?
Y'all would have thought after Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta got hers done that y'all would not be doing this in Atlanta.
Mimi's
At
were
least hers were terrible.
they scared me.
When I tell you them things was all the way up to her chin, I was like, and you thought that that was supposed to work? Girl, get out of here. But anyways, we talk about the wrong stuff.
Ooh.
That review will be out tomorrow. But anywho, like I was saying, this episode, and then just seeing Candy just go off, and she was telling people, "Don't touch me, back up," and it was like, Candy, no, 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 no. I was so frustrated watching
That's
this.
what makes me not believe the bullshit though. Because a person who's really, really mad ain't gonna say, don't touch me. They gonna just push you the fuck off of them. In my opinion, I feel like you could, if you look back at seasons where Candy has gotten like mad, like there are tears, that Taurus, that bull comes raging. She just, it's just very, at certain points, like, don't touch me. Y'all gonna have to keep me back. Y'all gonna have to, whenever people say that, I'm like, well, if you are calm enough to tell me that I'm going to have to keep you off of this person, then you're calm enough to stay off of that person. That's just my experience. I'm telling you, she does these things when people are like, why are you here? And I'm mad that she's going off on this person. Marlo, I really am. You should have been done this years ago. The lady Ben came for you. Ben tried to say stuff even at this past reunion about your husband, about your marriage. Marlo's really said some awful things about Candy. So you should have been done this. And the fact that you didn't either means that you kept quiet because you wanted the check or you a punk. That's how I view it. That's the only way I view it. There's no other way. So Candy better start giving us some real substance because y'all are ruining the whole cast together, in my opinion, are responsible for ruining a great, one of the best housewife series, and the first ones we got of an all black cast. Like one of the first, they're fucking up the legacy. I'm sorry, I'm not watching my mouth. They're fucking up the legacy. It's not fun to watch. People are tired of the constant yelling and cackling and arguing, and it's become too much. I blame Portia Williams and Nene, Kenya. Like people, I feel like everyone wants to be the next Nene instead of coming on and being themselves. So I'm just tired of it. Everybody needs to stop on the show. And like,
I feel like that too. I feel like Bravo needs to recast, honestly, all of their cities except for Salt Lake for now because we don't really have any season yet. It's newer, but Beverly Hills needs a recast. Atlanta needs a recast. New York, y'all did a recast. I can't wait to see these ladies. What else? Who? I feel like I'm forgetting one because Miami did a recast too. So I'm trying to figure out.
Needs a recast, in my opinion. Potomac.
Oh. Girl, I can't wait to get to Potomac because Giselle,
so New Jersey,
Robin, Karen, because I don't like none of them on Potomac. I don't like not a single one of them.
None of them are my favorite. Every season, I think I like one. I end up like despising them.
I'm okay with Wendy. I'm okay with Candace, and I'm okay with Karen, Giselle, Robin, Ashley, and Mia.
They all need to go. Yeah, I agree.
I can't wait to see Potomac because I'm gonna read Giselle.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to recap Potomac. I really don't have anything nice to say. But with Atlanta, this has always been my favorite Housewives series, and it's nostalgic for me because it's something that's been with me since adolescence into now. But this cast, it's a joke. They need to put standards in place to make it to where casts are required to be truthful. You found something out, you need to be required to tell people who you found it out from. You need to be like, they need to do certain things so that it's authentic because outside of Candy, one thing I noticed when Candy and Marlo were speaking, and I think that is something that could have made her mad as well, is Marlo just lies, just literally making up dangerous lies. So you shouldn't be able to fight by just telling lies. I'd rather Marlo be like, yep, and bitch, oh well, yeah, I did it. What you gonna do? Like, I would rather that than all the extra lies.
I would have rather Marlo pick on somebody else.
She's too old to be picking on anybody.
But that's what she does.
Because she wanted to go in the
so it's like if you were gonna,
she could have been the next matriarch as Nene was because she's so doggone old, and she seems to. Marlo and Kenya could be doing that just with their age. They could be making themselves like the piece, the sounding, the one who, but they choose to like attack.
Right.
And I'm tired of it.
So we at 40 minutes. We weren't really talking much about the episode because all we talked about was the ending. That's all that really was. So I want to clear up two things. Drew, you are full of shit with that whole, we don't say shooting in Chicago because of, this whole kids getting shot and killed. No one's heard that before. I don't know where the fuck you got that from.
It's another lie, and one that's dangerous, and
Yes.
that for people in Chicago who experience shootings, who know people who have passed on. I know my husband's family, they've been there their whole life, moved away. You know, people leaving their home and what they know because of the violence there. I don't like that she just told that bullshit ass lie about people getting shot. People really do get shot. People really do um, say the word, oh, he got shot, he got shot. Like that's all people
Yeah, I was
say.
like, what incident? Black
Lie
people don't
about
say that.
something else, Drew, because what you gonna do is piss off your own people.
Absolutely, because I've never heard. Now me, because I know how I use my words carefully. I
Mhm.
would say incident, but I would just say that's only a me thing. I don't say things like that because it's
It's
just not
okay if she called
appropriate.
it an incident because she was trying to be sensitive to someone in the
Then
moment.
that's what
But
she should have
own that.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why
what she should have said.
lie on stuff that people actually go through? That's the stuff that make people not like Drew. And Drew, that's why, even though you're the one with an actual acting career that's established, the Shy didn't ask for your ass. They asked for Candy. She's from Decatur. That's all.
And that's it. That's all. She read her harder than I was going to read her. I can't even think of what I was about to say, so
I
we're gonna
didn't
leave
mean
it
to
at that.
read her. I'm just saying it's a
We're
fact.
just gonna leave that
You're
at
from
that. And the next
Chicago, and
thing,
the Shy didn't want you.
and the next thing, I said I was. I said last episode. I said Bravo in that call center. I said Sheree, and I said Toya Bush Harris needs a show
Are they
where they are
making one?
in HGTV. No, let me get to it. HGTV, and how they're going in people's houses. I said Toya needs to do Toya needs to do the exterior with the design, and then Sheree needs to do the interior with the furniture. I'd be damned if Bravo didn't say a spinoff that Sheree should have was a show where she is going up to people's houses and designing them and calling in. I think they said, "Who gonna check me, boo?" or something like that. I said, "Bravo." Didn't I just tell y'all in this call center? This is how I know they be watching me. Y'all can. I know I ain't got many views on my channel, but two or three of the views is Bravo in that call center because y'all automatically thought of, as much as Sheree's been on Watch What Happens Live this season alone, y'all really thought of at this moment to give her a show like that. And Sheree's like, "Oh, let's talk about that."
I think they did watch it then because no one else was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because why would
Okay. I
y'all
thought you were
randomly just
saying that it has been filmed. I'm like, oh well, we were slow. But if it hasn't been filmed and
no?
they pull that, you better go in your YouTube studio and look at who been viewing.
Right? I need to see who's been watching that because I could have sworn I said it here first. Now,
But
what I'm gonna give
now Sheree's gonna get rewarded. When right now she needs to be put in the corner.
okay, because if I see a Sheree spinoff on a home building show, Bravo and that call center, y'all gonna owe me some money. I'm just saying because I saw that I
Honestly,
watched
I'd
Happens Live.
rather watch Toya by herself than Sheree by herself.
I think they should collab. I think they're the most uninteresting people on their TV shows. So I feel like for me, they need to be together and they need to do what they do best. Toya builds a house and moves every season.
Mind
Sheree took, yeah, Sheree took 10 years to build this house. So I'm sorry, no, they are the perfect two people
you, it's
to
actually
do this.
12.
Well, hell, shit, I don't, girl, look, I said 10 to be nice. But like I said, they the two most people that I should feel like are qualified to do a show. I feel like they will bump heads on furniture. I feel like designs will bump heads. I feel like they would. I just feel like these are the two people. So
Oh
Bravo in
my
this call
God.
center,
Watch your mouth, friend. Watch your I thought you say I read people. That they would
no,
bump
I said no.
heads. I'm
I
here. You
said this
say
in the
it's
beginning of
so
the video. I said it, I got two issues with Bravo right now. That is my second issue with Bravo. I, like I said, y'all better not give Sheree Whitfield or Toya Bush Harris a show
people
without
call
either
me
one
attorney.
making me an executive producer or running me my check.
Right. Just something. He give them a stipend. Okay.
Yes, it
But
ain't
he
gotta be that
wants
much.
something.
It
And
ain't gotta be
don't
that.
send one of them SAG checks for $1. Okay.
Oh yeah, because then I'm really going.
Because
Yeah,
he's still gonna have that lawyer. He really does have a lawyer though, y'all.
yeah. I don't play with people.
I actually am taking his advice and trying to find a lawyer. I'm trying to start an LLC for all the stuff we doing. So I'm taking your advice.
You need to because I'm telling you, retainers are a lot. Mine is still on call because he's still waiting on my retainer. Retainers cost a lot. Lawyers be on that bullshit. They do. Lawyers be on bullshit when it comes to that retainer
Mm.
because they want like 5% of $5,000 and every week or so, and it's like, well, damn,
Mhm.
like ain't nobody got no money like that to be wasting on y'all for y'all not to do anything. So yes, I'm actually scouting for now that I live in a different state. I need to scout a different lawyer. So I'm still in that phase. But overall, yeah, but Bravo on that call center, don't be playing with me. Don't be playing with me because I said it here first. Sheree
That's
needs to
Spark
go
One.
HGDT, and now all of a sudden on Watch What Happens Live, y'all actually created a little
You
thing
go,
that said
hey,
Sheree.
don't
I was
delete
like,
the
come on.
video. Don't delete the
Oh, I ain't
video
deleting that video
because you
because
can take that to court.
yeah,
I'd like to file a petition against NBC.
absolutely, because I said it here first. I said I gave them two cast members of two totally different shows that I felt like would be the best suited for this. So yeah,
Well, I'm glad you Watch What Happens Live.
I just because I wanted to see Sheree's nose. That's the only reason why I watched it because I wanted to see because Sheree swear up and down she ain't do nothing to her nose, but when I look at her nose, I'm like Sheree, you
It
have one of
looks
them.
different and it's
You
pointy.
yeah, you have one of them camel noses. Don't act like we didn't see that. And so you did something. Just like when Jen Shaw said she never had surgery, she just did fillers. I said Jen Shaw.
Stop.
Like I'm just like, see, I can't wait
Take
to
her out the
Salt.
game, coach.
Okay, I can't wait till Salt Lake City comes back. My girl Mary Cosby is back. I'm just oh, but y'all don't know that she's probably my top 5 favorite housewives. Is Mary
Mary
Cosby.
Cosby.
She
She
made
breathed.
Salt Lake City down. See, y'all better not do her like y'all did Nene. Bravo in that call center one more time. Don't do Mary Cosby like y'all did Nene Leakes because
No,
she
I
made
think
Salt
Mary
Lake
left
City.
on her own because she know that cast is
But
racist.
still, like this is early, but this is early. We're saying that they're still, this
Mm.
show's still new. So what I'm saying is, 10 years from now, I don't want to have to go back and say, "Hey, I said don't do this to Mary Cosby because she made Salt Lake City." We
Mm.
only watch because you telling me a lady married her grandmother's husband. Yeah, I'm watching that because I want to know what the
Yeah.
hell happened. That's
Right.
the whole reason why we watched it.
What the hell happened? We still trying to
Yeah,
figure it
we
out.
still trying to figure that out. So yes, that was gold. So yes, we gonna watch it because of Mary Cosby. It just happened to be she black. Oh well. Oh well. It
That
was a
was
white.
good TV. He's
That
somewhere
was.
near you because he don't really be in the house in Utah.
Oh,
He's
I know
staying.
where he at. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
know where.
somewhere near you.
No,
You want
I
to go hang
he
out
had,
with
he just
him?
one town over. I know.
Find a new friend?
I don't know if he doing all. Look, I don't know if he doing all that, but I'm just saying. I know Mary got like 5 houses. Her house in Vegas is crazy,
Mm.
and her house in New York is crazy. So Mary got money.
She's old money.
Mary is the richest one of them all. That's why that genie lady was mad. So it's like,
Yep.
'cause how dare this black lady be above me? That's how she should have just said that. And then I was like, okay, yeah. But we got to go, y'all, because we got to go do. She didn't disagree with me like I thought she was when I said I was gonna say Candy need to sue Marlo. I thought she was gonna be against that, but she
No, I
didn't.
have a
My friend
family full of
surprised.
lawyers. A family full of lawyers.
My
I
friend
believe
surprised me, and once again,
you.
she surprises me because she probably would have like, no, it does not need to go that far. And I'm like, yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
So
After almost a decade.
yes, it needs to.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Candy, do something about this. But you know what? That's it, right? That was Real Housewives of Atlanta. We gotta go. Gotta go to Mrs. Best channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to both of us. We do this every week. Love you guys. We'll be on her channel in the next 10 minutes. We'll see you.